Okay guys, welcome to my channel. So this video is going to be about Fadal. This video is not a comprehensive how to use this machine for sure. Quick story, I bought this machine years ago and it's been sitting in storage for about 12 years, and once I got to the point where I wanted to resurrect this machine, I realized that I don't even know how to turn it on. So this is basically like a cheat sheet for me in case if this machine is gonna sit another while and I know I will forget stuff. It's gonna be a sort of a cheat sheet for me to go back and watch my video and remember how things are working on this machine. And also if maybe someone in the same situation as I am, someone has just bought this machine and you kind of need a quick start guide. So first thing that I want to say is I had a few questions how I run these machines, because like I have two of them. I have right on the left of me there is a lathe, CNC lathe, and this one is a VMC. And people ask me how do I run these machines in my garage, because both of these machines are three-phase machines. To answer that quickly, I have a three-phase converter that I built. Basically what it is, in a regular household you have two hot wires that coming into your house. Each one of them is about 120 volts, 115, 120, it varies. But three-phase is actually, and that's called single phase, two hot legs. Three-phase is actually three hot legs, and that's usually in commercial areas, usually residential neighborhoods. They don't have three-phase usually, I think. I'm not an electrician, but I have single phase. I have only two legs, and these machines, they need three hot legs. So one of the ways to achieve that is to make or buy a three-phase converter. And basically what three-phase converter is just a three-phase motor that is that has a starter to get it started on two legs, and has a bunch of capacitors to even out voltage between the legs. That's pretty much what it is. So basically, to run these machines on a single phase, you will have to have some kind of three-phase converter or driver. But these machines are pretty big, and driver will have to be huge, and it's probably going to be like really expensive if there is one. Anyway, so let me show you what's behind this machine, because I do want to mention I have a couple of lubrication containers or mechanisms, and I want to mention which is which. So let's go back behind this machine. Okay, so lighting is definitely not great back here, but hopefully you can see. So first of all, this breaker box is not the breaker box, but breaker switch is what turns the power to this machine. This line right here, well, hopefully I'm pointing to the right spot. This tube, vertical tube, is an air supply. Well, this camera doesn't want to focus in the dark. But anyway, so this right here is the air supply to this machine. This machine does require air supply because a couple of things are running on air on this machine. So this lubrication container right here, well, it's not just container, but it's It's basically like a little machine or whatever you want to call it. This is what lubricates spindle. On the bottom right there, that big tank is the coolant tank. There's nothing special about that, but right there, sorry guys, I don't have I should have brought some kind of lighting in here, but this right here is the lubrication for ways. Ways is the basically what the table and spindle runs on. And this cabinet right here, and there's another cabinet on the back, is where all the controls are. So this right here is the turret or tool holding thing. So this is where the tools are stored. This right here is obviously spindle, motor, and things like that. This is the table. So on this machine, my camera doesn't want to focus for some reason. So on this machine, the spindle goes up and down in Z-axis, and the table goes side by side and back and forth in the X and Y axis. So this is the control, and I actually just wanted to talk about it real quick before I turn on the power, because it's going to be really noisy in here. So this control is pretty basic. You have an emergency stop, you have dials for different things, and they're actually marked: spindle, feed rate, rapid travel, and selection of axis, and in how let me see how I can explain this. This converts the one click of this rotary thing, I forgot what it's called. It converts it, whether one click is going to be in thousands or hundreds or tens of thousands. So basically that's what it is. Start button, which is, I believe, is exactly the same as this one. I don't know because I never use it. Slide hold, just like this one. I usually use these buttons right here. So the start button is for the starting the program. Like once you load the program onto this controller, you can hit the start button and the program is gonna run. Slide hold is for whenever you just want to pause certain function. You just press that and it stops, and you can just correct whatever is happening or whatever. So this control has kind of three different modes, I would say. One is auto, the other one is manual, and the third one would be like a command where you enter commands. Again, guys, don't take my explanation as a pure truth, because I'm not familiar enough with this machine, you know, to tell you, okay guys, I know what I'm talking about. I don't. But again, this is for me, and hopefully someone is gonna get value out of it. So anyway, so we got a button for a single step. I believe it's lets you do just a single line of command. Jog. Okay, so you can go into jog mode. When you press this button, it basically, when you go into this jog mode, it will enable these functions right here for you to do things manually, like control the axis. So spindle on and off, I believe you have to press shift in order for the spindle to be activated. And that's in, I believe that's in the command mode, or maybe in the manual mode. Coolant 1, coolant 2, you got like mist or flood, two different buttons. Tool in and out, you press and hold, and tool will pop right out of the spindle. Turret counterclockwise, turret clockwise. So basically it turns the tool holder in clockwise or counterclockwise direction. So basically these buttons let you work on this machine manually. And keyboard, that's pretty much it to this buttons and dials and things like that. So now I'm gonna turn the machine on and talk about some of the functions of this machine. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention. I also wanted to talk about problems that I had to deal with these machines, because if I'll have these problems in the future, I'll know what to look for, particularly for my lathe, because I have a problem with overload switches, and they keep tripping, and I want to talk about it so I know specifically where the problem is. This machine right here didn't give me much problems, except for one thing, and I couldn't find it on the internet. So in the back where I showed you where the air supply comes into the machine, there are a couple of valves which control spindle, tool holder, I guess. I don't know what those things are called. It controls some of the functions of the turret. So there's like 4, I believe, different functions that are controlled by air, through air. And after a long period of this machine being not in use, when I powered it up, a lot of air was escaping from those valves. Those valves are stuck on top of each other, and they got 2 exhaust ports. And there's actually one more up here, and some of those exhaust ports were leaking air pretty badly. I have a good compressor, good enough for me, but my compressor wouldn't handle that kind of leak. I mean, it would run pretty much constantly. And I couldn't find anywhere online what could cause that leak. I even bought all those individual valves and replaced them just to find out that leak is still there. And unfortunately, I can't really show you, but right behind this cover there is a setup, and it's called air over hydraulic, I believe. So basically it's a bunch of control valves that controls some of the functions, like again like a spindle, tool holding thing, and there is a 2-speed on this particular machine, and those 2-speed are controlled by 2 rams, and those rams, they have idler pulley on them. Basically there is 2 sets of belts on a spindle, connecting spindle to the motor, and when you pick a lower speed, anything under 3000 RPMs, I believe, one set of belts will be engaged by one of the rams, and when you pick a higher speed over 3000 RPMs, then the other set of belts will be engaged. Basically it's a similar it's a similar setup, just like on a bicycle. You have a bigger sprocket and a smaller sprocket, and in the back you have a smaller and a bigger sprockets, and chain goes either to one or the other. On a bike you got much more options usually, but this right here only 2 speeds. So, and I found out later through the trial and error that one of the rams was leaking inside. So basically when the air was, it's got the ram, if you imagine like a regular ram with the body and the piston, not the piston but shaft, like going back and forth. It's got two ports, in and out, and on the inside there should be a piston which doesn't allow to leak air from one port through the piston to another port, and whenever that piston or seal on that piston is bad, then air or hydraulic fluid would start running all the way through. And this is what happened here. It would run through the ram and go out through the exhaust port. So I couldn't find where the problem was, because I wasn't fully understanding this system. I didn't even realize that you're supposed to there are like two little containers that you're supposed to fill with hydraulic fluid, because I thought it was just an air system, which will work without hydraulic fluid, but I guess it was designed to have hydraulic fluid, and mine was completely empty, and it was working actually empty. But now I changed those rams. Those rams are actually, you don't have to buy them from Fadal. You can buy them directly from the manufacturer, third party. I don't remember the name of the brand, but when I render this video, hopefully I won't forget to put a name for those rams for the manufacturer, where you can buy them straight. And I actually bought mine not even from the manufacturer, but from the eBay. I guess people sell overstock, so I paid like, can't remember, probably $10 per ram. And if you buy this setup from Fadal, I'm not sure if they sell rams individually, but the whole mechanism with the idlers, it's like expensive. I don't remember the number, but I remember it's like really expensive, because the used one, like beat up setup, was like $400 on eBay. Anyway, so yeah, this is what I wanted to mention. The problems with this machine. This machine didn't have much problems. My lathe is gonna be the conversation about problems is gonna be much bigger, because I had a bunch of problems with this machine, with that machine. This machine didn't give me much problems, but except the air was leaking, and it was not a small leak. It was pretty bad. So let's power this three-phase converter. Let's power the machine up, and let's talk about control. Okay. Okay, so I just powered the machine up, and as soon as I power the machine, I get this message: jog access to home position, then enter CS command. CS command is a cold start command. One thing I want to mention before I go any further: this cabinet has a door in the back, and that door has a sticker with parameters for this machine. This machine has a battery. It's like a lithium, I think, battery, which is like soldered into the circuit board, which is supposed to be like recharged when the machine is on, and if the machine is sitting powered down, it's still supposed to hold the charge for a very long time. But in case if for whatever reason battery will go bad on this machine and it's going to be sitting, there are parameters in the back of this door where you know, where you can enter those parameters in case if that happens. So the very first thing, once I power this machine up and bring the air supply to it, the very first thing that I have to do is jog access to the home position. And there are 3 markers for each axis on this machine, and you're supposed to bring those axes close, within 1/16 I believe, to those markers and hit cold start. So we just do CS, whatever it says, enter next command, and hit enter. So now it kind of memorizing, I guess, starting position for this machine. From here, you can send machine in home position if you like. You can set home position and start working on it. But we're gonna talk about menu. So if you press MU, enter, it gives us pretty much the commands for this controller, for this machine, and it's great. For example, if we start from the from the beginning, we press 2 and enter, and it tells us what command this controller takes, and we can scroll down through all of these commands, which are actually, if we go back to menu, which are actually here. So basically these are all commands: automatic, backlash, change program. These are like description. These are not actual commands, but if you press on a number right next to it, it will tell you that automatic command is AU, which I have pretty much the button for. And all others, cold start, delete block, display fixture, all of these are commands. And also at the very end, it gives you G codes that this controller will take, and M functions. So if we go to 22, enter, it will tell us all the G code that this controller will take. Because reason why it's important, because if you are using, let's say, Mastercam or some kind of drawing software, which then gives you a G code for to load it into your machine. If you don't have a correct post processing on your drawing software, then when you load the program with incorrect G codes into your controller, it will give you error messages, and you have to kind of guess, just like I do on the lathe. I have to guess, or through the trial and error, figure out which commands controller will take and which it won't. On this machine, it's great. We have a list of these commands, and we can just go through them, and not only G, also M functions. So it's great that this machine has this kind of cheat sheet built into this machine. So if you start with this machine and you don't know nothing about this machine, or you don't remember, like in my case, you just go into whatever it says, enter next command, you enter MU, enter, and it will bring you into this screen where you can look up all these things, all these commands and G codes and M functions. So I want to load up a program which I used for making that test piece that is in the vise right now, and I just want to show you guys how machine runs the program with changing tools and things like that. So let's do it. So we're gonna go into enter command. We're gonna hit T A comma 1. This is command that this machine will take, and we hit enter. And when we see this little sign, we know this machine is waiting for a program to come in. So let's load the program in. Okay, so as you see, program is loading into this controller. It just finished. So we're gonna hit auto. We're gonna go into auto mode. We're gonna hit it again, and this program is ready to start. It says waiting, and as soon as I press start, the program is gonna start. So let me turn the camera. Okay, I'm gonna press start. The machine is gonna take a center drill right now. It's gonna do a center holes. Oh, actually, let me speed it up a little bit. I actually broke a drill bit when I was playing with this test piece, so I don't have a drill and drill holder, but it's fine. You will see just basically how operation runs. Let's speed it up a little bit. Turn the light on as well. There's actually 2 out of 4 holes that are not finished, because again, I was just testing program, testing machine, so it's not So this is pretty much how the program runs. I didn't show you the whole thing, but you get the idea how machine changes the tools by itself, how operations happens, how table moves, how Z-axis moves, but you get the idea. So this is pretty much it for this machine. This machine is really got everything you need to get started right away. So yeah, if you enjoy videos like this, my channel is actually more about DIY rebuilds. I'm gonna post my rebuild projects, future rebuild projects. It's more of a automotive type of videos. I'm trying to keep them automotive, but yeah, if you enjoy content like that, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.